JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, businessman shot dead by customer in St. Thomas. A businessman was shot dead at his grocery and cook shop in Morant Bay, St. Thomas, allegedly by a man posing as a customer on Friday. The deceased businessman has been identified as 51-year-old Adrian Blake. Reports are that about 9:15 p.m., a man entered the establishment and ordered a meal from one of the workers. Shortly after, the man pulled a gun and opened fire, hitting Blake in the upper body. The armed man later fled the scene on foot. Blake was transported to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. A motive for the gun attack has not been established. Investigations are ongoing, the police said. Two shot, one fatally in Linstead. A man was shot dead while reportedly having sex with a woman in Linstead, St. Catherine last night. The man has been identified as Chavatar Beckett, otherwise called Beto, 33, from Princess Field, an area just outside Linstead. The woman was also injured in the gun attack, police said. Both the Linstead Police and the Constabulary Communications Unit, CCU, the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, have confirmed the killing. However, they stopped just short of confirming that the two were having sex, instead saying they were having adult relations when the incident occurred. It is reported that about 8:45 p.m., Beckett and the woman were having relations when a gunman walked up and opened fire on him. He received several gunshot wounds and the woman was also shot. Police said they were rushed to hospital where Beckett was pronounced dead and the woman admitted. Up to late this afternoon, her condition was not known. No motive has been established for the attack, the police said. Lawyer Townsend upset that cops skirt Donaldsons' disappearance during Q&A. Attorney at Law Christopher Townsend is miffed that police investigators grilled Constable Noel Maitland for over 90 minutes about the role he played in obstructing police rather than on the disappearance of social media influencer Donnelly Donaldson. Maitland, who is the boyfriend of the missing social media influencer, is being treated as a suspect in the young woman's disappearance. He was questioned for an hour and a half about obstructing police in a petty sessions matter. What are the investigators doing? Townsend questioned. And on top of that, they want to question him again, he added. Earlier this week, a subpoena was issued for Maitland to attend the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court in relation to an assault case. The subpoena was issued by Senior Parish Judge Lauren Cole Montague after prosecutors disclosed that they were unable to proceed with a particular assault case at this time as the file is missing a statement from Maitland. The court heard that Maitland is the apprehending officer in a matter involving an accused man, Gilbert Cooper, who is charged with assault at common law. Maitland was arrested earlier this week, and on Friday, Townsend failed in his attempt to get the constable released. The attorney had gone to the St. Andrew Parish Court to file a writ of habeas corpus requesting that the policeman be charged or released, but he said, in the middle of making the application, his team was informed that investigators had applied Thursday for Constable Maitland to be remanded. Townsend said the police has been remanded for 10 days. Incomplete file delays murder case against policemen. An incomplete case file has delayed the matter against two policemen who were charged with murder almost 14 years ago. The disclosure was made when the case was mentioned in the St. Catherine Circuit Court on Friday. As a result, the case was adjourned to September 20 and bail was extended by the court for Sergeant Kervin Lechman of the St. Catherine North Division and Constable Dane Lawson of the St. Thomas Division. They are each out on $500,000 bail. Lechman and Lawson are charged with the September 22, 2008 murder of Javon Robinson, who lived in Job Lane, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Allegations are that Robinson challenged a police party during an operation in the community. The police reported that he was shot and killed by police personnel and that a revolver was seized from him. In April 2002, both policemen were arrested and charged with Robinson's murder following a ruling from the Director of Public Prosecutions. Attorney at Law Andrew Graham appeared for the cops. One dead, two injured in St. Anne crash. A three-vehicle crash in Ocho St. Anne this morning resulted in the death of a man and the injury of two others. The deceased has been identified as John Richards, a 27-year-old painter of Breadnut Hill in Ocho. It is reported that about 9:30, Richards was driving his Honda Civic motor car along the roadway towards Ocho when on reaching a section of the corridor, he lost control of his vehicle. His car reportedly slammed into the back of a Toyota Coaster bus, which then ran into the rear of a Toyota Sprinter motor car. The drivers of all three vehicles received injuries and were rushed to the St. Ansbury Regional Hospital, where Richards succumbed. The driver of the Toyota Sprinter was admitted, while the bus driver was treated and released. The St. Ann Traffic Department is investigating the incident. American man charged after ammo found in bag at airport. An American man was charged on Saturday after ammunition was found in one of his bags at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James. East 27-year-old Austin Ornberger, a plumber of East County Road in Sunman, Indiana, United States, who is charged with illegal possession of ammunition. The police report that about 8:52 a.m., Ornberger was in the process of checking in at the airport to depart Jamaica. During routine checks, his bags were searched and a magazine containing 17 9mm rounds of ammunition was seen inside a Swiss backpack he was carrying, according to the police. He was subsequently taken into custody. He was formally charged after being interviewed in the presence of his attorney. His court date is being finalized. 63-year-old St. Elizabeth matriarch gets new home. Meek Rose Robinson of Berlin District in St. Elizabeth was overcome with joy when she received the keys to her new home from Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The 63-year-old farmer is the latest beneficiary under the government's new social housing program. The two-bedroom structure was constructed at a cost of approximately $5.8 million. Robinson had been living in a one-room structure with her daughter and 3 grandchildren for some 10 years. The family used an outside kitchen and bathroom, and the zinc roofing of the house was old and lifting in many areas. Speaking with JS News at their ceremony on Friday, Robinson expressed gratitude for her new home, which she said will provide protection from hurricane. "I welcome this. I'm overjoyed to get this lovely house, because every day I say if a hurricane comes, what am I going to do? I have nowhere to go if the house that blows off, but thanks be to God, He sent me a lovely home," she said. Robinson said that her dream of owning a home became a reality after her plight was brought to the attention of Member of Parliament for St. Elizabeth South East and Minister of State in the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Frank Witter. "I give God thanks to the person that introduced me to Mr. Frank Witter, and from there, my need was shared with Mr. Andrew Holness. And so to every one of them I give you a big thank you, even the contract workers and everyone who put their hands together for this to make me a home," she said. In a brief address, Holness said that the NSHP is being executed with the utmost transparency, noting that robust social investigation is conducted to identify beneficiaries of the social housing initiative. He said that the units are being built at the highest standard. "No one can say that the person receiving the house is not deserving of the benefit, that the process by which the selection is done is one that is integrous and one that is very robust in terms of the social investigations done," he noted. "There can be no criticisms, no complaints of any inefficiency of any form, misallocation, or any form of maladministration or misadventure with funds that are used. It is a very well-run program, and I'm happy to be associated with it. The greatest pride and happiness that I take is to share in the joy of persons receiving the units," Holness added. The NSHP was established by the Prime Minister in 2018 to improve the housing condition of the country's poor and disadvantaged population by providing quality, affordable and sustainable housing. Government to assist fishermen affected by rare cobra fish kill. Fishermen whose livelihoods have been affected by the fish kill in the rare cobra are to get assistance from the government. The assurance came from Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Matthew Samuda, who has responsibility for the environment, who today toured sections of the Bogwalk Gorge and the Kent Village community in St. Catherine. Upset residents yesterday protested over the fish kill. The incident was caused by a spillage of trade effluent at a bauxite plant in Newton that entered waterways in the area. Samuda said the government is taking the situation seriously and will take a multi-agency approach to cauterize the problem. Samuda said a series of assessments will be done by various ministries to determine the way forward for the entire river basin. "I want to assure the residents who live along this stretch that we have reached out to the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, and the minister has assured me that his team will be in the space to ensure that those whose livelihoods have been interrupted by this spill are indeed in receipt of government support." He further disclosed that a team from the Ministry of Health and Wellness will also be doing its own assessments of the health risk associated with the spill. Jamaica over the past 24 hours records 131 new COVID-19 cases, 1 death. Jamaica on Saturday recorded 131 new cases of COVID-19 and 1 more virus-related death in the last 24 hours, bringing the total confirmed cases to 146,372 and the death toll to 3,194. Of the newly reported cases, there were 87 females and 44 males, with ages ranging from 1 month to 94 years. The new cases were recorded in St. James, 25, Kingston and St. Andrew, 42, St. Anne, 2, Westmoreland, 3, Clarendon, 6, St. Catherine, 29, Manchester, 5, Trelawney, 1, St. Thomas, 6, Hanover, 3, St. Mary, 1, and Portland, 8. St. Elizabeth was the only parish that recorded no new cases. Meanwhile, the latest fatality is a 52-year-old female from St. Catherine who died in August 2021. According to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the country also recorded 89 recoveries for a total of 93,827. There are 1,328 active cases of COVID-19 on the island. The positivity rate for the latest round of testing now stands at 24%. Currently, 101 people are hospitalized, with 4 being critically ill. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.